I'm going to be a loyal customer forever.
Yeah, well, because, support goes a long way, right?
Yes. If some guy is willing to FaceTime me so that I don't fuck this up, then yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to buy more Ghetto Custom stuff.
Well, I mean, I have this same fairing stay, and I have that tail, but still need to paint that tail, and I still need to fix the fiberglass on that tail. Because I'm an idiot.
So I, like we talked about, I used those grommets, which you'll see. And when I sent pictures to Paris, she said, "Oh shit, that actually looks better than mine." He said he just uses metal washers.
Yeah, well, so I use the shouldered bolts, and then, well, yeah, exactly that same thing. I use that exact same thing. And then I have a ton of rubber chunks from. Like other bodywork or fenders or whatever. So that's the tank spacer, like the same one that's on the front of the gas tank.
Yes, I think I might have had to cut it down like a little bit, but that's the tank spacer. And then I was just showing you. He had mentioned like they don't wind up perfectly centered. They're a little too forward.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So like I drilled a tiny little hole, and then was like, what did I do?
Yeah, and then you did the exact same thing as I did, where you spotted where. But then what you did that wasn't stupid as hell was you actually made adjustments until you were centered, and then drilled the big hole rather than like we're just gonna send it.
Did you I gotta say, some of the spots on yours, did you actually just like break chunks off, because it didn't look ovaled? It looked like
no, I grabbed the drill and I kind of leaned into it.
Okay.
Like, I basically used the drill bit as a mill.
Okay, so here's
which
where
was dumb.
I cut off.
Right.
I did have to shave that. The plastic I could have just cut off, but for some reason did this, and that's how things are. I don't remember.
I had to cut this basically flush with the vertical. Like, I had to cut like that.
Mine was definitely a tight... Like, I was like...
But only on one side, because the other side was fine.
I was like, I feel like I must be doing something wrong, because I'm like really forcing this. And he's like, no, like, it should be a tight fit. So I said, okay.